So today we are going to speak about the Playfair method. This Playfair method is a substitution type of method. So when we talk about any methodology that is being used, so there are two ways. The first one is substitution method and the second is the transpositional method. What happens in the substitution method is we are going to substitute a character in place of some other character. So this is one of the algorithm which is a part of the substitution method. So in this, what we are going to do is there are certain steps to be followed. The first thing is whenever we get a particular plain text and a key, so and we want to find out the ciphertext out of it. So the first step that we need to apply in this Playfair method is to create a key matrix. This key matrix uses a 5 by 5 matrix. So we have to make a 5 by 5 table and we have to fill the values with the letters of the key without any duplicates in this particular matrix. And after filling these letters of the key, we have to fill the rest of the matrix with all other letters of the alphabet series. So for example, suppose we have the key as monarchy. So what we have to write in the initial first two rows is the letters in the monarchy. So Monarchy. You can see they are in the red color. And after that, this particular grid is to be filled by the letters which are not there in this particular key. So for example, if we see this particular key, so A is already there in this key. So the next character that we need to fill is B. Similarly, C is already there in the key. So we have to go for the next letter, that is D. Then E, F, G. Then I/J. We will always use I/J because we have 26 characters in our alphabet series and this particular matrix is of 25 uh, grids only, 25 cells only. So therefore we have to use either I or J, or both are having the equivalent value. Then K, L. Then if you see M and O is already there in the key. Therefore, we will not use M and O. We will simply write P, Q. Then R is there as a key value. So we will write S, T, U, V, W, X. Y is there in the key. Therefore, we will simply write Z. So this is how we have to make the key matrix. This is the first step in this particular algorithm. Then talking about the next keys, there are some rules to be followed in this Playfair method. What we have to do is we have to first convert our plain text into two letters at a time. And then we have to make their pairs. And if a pair is having some repeated letters, then we have to insert the filler like X or any other character in the plain text. This I will show you with an example. Then, if both the letters of the plain text, now we have made the pairs of the plain text. So, if both the letters of the plain text fall in the same row, if they are in the same row, then what we have to do? We have to replace each with the letters to its right. So, we have to take care that if they are in the same row, then take the letters to its right. If both the letters fall in the same column, then what we have to do? We have to replace each letter with the letter below it in the circular. And otherwise, if they are neither in the same row nor in the same column, then what we have to do is we have to write each letter which is replaced with the intersection of that row and particular column. So I will give you an example. Suppose we have this particular grid as our key value, and suppose our plain text is B and R. So what we have to do is we have to check the plain text place in this key matrix. So if we see B and R, so B and R, both the characters of the plain text are lying in the same column. So if they are lying in the same column, which rule we have to apply? We have to take the letters below that particular letter of the plain text. So if we see B, So letter below it is M. So our ciphertext will become M. And if we see letter R, so below it is S. So our ciphertext will become MS. This is how we have to convert our plain text into ciphertext. Next character in the plain text is EA. Our plain text is breaking. If you see BREAKING. So first two characters we have used. Now the next two characters are E and A. So if you see E and A, the values of this E and A in the key matrix is neither in the same row nor in the same column. Therefore, we have to simply take the characters of the intersection. So the intersections characters are T and O. So our ciphertext will become TO. Now, taking the next example, if our plain text is KI. So if we see KI, again, they are not in the same row nor in the same column. So we have to take the intersection. So F and E will be our ciphertext. And if we see the last example, last wala part. So in the last part, we have the plain text as NG. So if we see N and G, they are lying in the same row. And as they are lying in the same row, we have to take the characters right to that particular character. So if we take N, so right to it is G. And if we take G, then in the circular motion, in the circular form, O is the next character, which is lying right to G. So our answer will become GO. So if we simply write our plain text as breaking, our ciphertext will become MS, TO, FE, and GO. This is how we have to make the ciphertext out of the plain text and the keyword. Now, a simple example again. So, suppose our plain text is security and our key matrix is monarchy. So, I have already explained how to make the key matrix out of the key value. Now, once we have got this matrix, what we have to do, we have to convert this plain text or we have to make pairs of the plain text. So we will make the pairs. The first step is we have to make the pairs. So SE, CU, RI and TY. These are the pairs. Now we will check the position of these characters. So if we check the first two characters S and E. So this is S and this is E. So they are not in the same row, nor in the same column. So we will use simply the characters that those are intersection values. So L and I will be the answer of the first two characters. The second is CU. CU, if you see, so C and U, they are lying in the same column. So we will write characters below it. So it will become E and for U it is M. So EM will be our answer. Next is RI. RI, if you see, R and I, they are intersection, right? They are not in the same row nor in the same column. So we will write the intersection value. So K and A will be our A and K will be our answer. And finally, the last one is Ty. So Ty again, if you see, so T is here and Y is here. So they are again not in the same row nor in the neither in the same row nor in the same column. So we will write the intersection words. So answer will become QD. So final answer of our plain text security is nothing but LIEMAK and Q. So this is how we have to make the use of this Playfair algorithm in order to find out plain text out of the cipher.